Hi there, Peter. So with this copyright essay, what I will do is have a good read through and sort of comment on each section of the exam. So I'm talking about task response, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. Now, with the introduction, this is the first thing the examiner reads. So it's where we need to make the best impression. So what should we do? Well, the subject, copyright law, does it limit creativity or does it reward it? Would society function better without such rules and regulations? So we really need to cover all of this in the introduction. And also, I would say that just the only time you mention copyright law is here. And in the intro, we don't really need to know what company leaders think. I would discuss this down here. Instead, up here, I'd like to know what you think. So, the importance of creativity. Is this part of the question? No, it's not. So this is actually irrelevant. So we should remove this. So, here, we could say, it is sometimes argued that copyright laws are the major obstacle for innovation and creativity. A major obstacle. It's not the only one. And here we have an opportunity to mention the second part of the question. So it is sometimes argued that copyright laws are a major obstacle for innovation and creativity, and that society would function better without. Actually, let's paraphrase slightly. Society would function better without these restrictions. Here I would say, while others believe that the protection of intellectual property rewards, let's say, creative endeavor. So we're being asked a direct question here. Do copyright laws limit creativity or reward it? So we're expected to come to a conclusion. Is it one or the other, or is it a bit of both? Let's see if you... So you side with the former view. So personally, I would say, I oppose. Yeah, I oppose patents as... Well, actually, no, I oppose patents due to the restrictions. No, we've already used restrictions, let's not repeat ourselves. Personally, I oppose patents due to the extent to which they limit collaboration and shall we say scientific progress. Because I believe this is something you've covered down here. Yeah, so you're talking about the development of software. So progress, things moving forwards. So, firstly, I wouldn't use these. These sorts of phrases add unnecessary complexity to your paragraphs. So what are we saying? Scientists and developers cannot focus solely on their work. See, the meaning of this topic sentence is not quite clear. So you're saying that out of fear for infringing on patents, they cannot build on top of previous ideas. So let's just say, scientists and developers we could say scientists and developers are prohibited from building on top of existing patented innovations and solutions. And this should be owned. This is for fear of. This is for fear of infringing on patents. This is for fear of infringing on patents owned by other companies or another company or organization. And the legal ramifications. Actually, no. The legal ramifications. This is for fear of the legal ramifications of infringing on patents owned by, I would say, other companies and organizations. Also, let's use British English. For example, Oracle sued Google for billions of dollars for illegally copying parts of the Java virtual machine in their Android software stack. Excellent, perfect. The trial ended in favor of Google due to the fact that copied parts were considered to be too general and therefore should, no contractions. Let's say did not qualify for patent protection. So Oracle sued Google, but Google won. So then we need this to explain fully. So let's say, in this instance, copyright laws, try not to use clearly. It's too clearly, it's much like obviously. If we say obviously or clearly, it kind of defeats the point of writing it in the first place. So in this instance, copyright laws hindered innovation and creativity by introducing a costly, lengthy, and unnecessary legal process. That, if we want to make this super posh, that ultimately achieved nothing. Bit of a backhand there. So we've explained our specific example fully here, and this is what rounds off a fully developed response. We have a topic sentence, we have a little bit more on the topic, some specifics. We then support those specifics with an example, which you have done very well. And then we explain exactly how that example and how those details relate to the question that we were asked. So, one thing here, try not to use personal pronouns in your body paragraphs. Keeping your essays depersonalized is a really important part. So let's think of a way that we can express this without the personal pronoun. Also, because I removed that firstly, I will remove it here as well, the secondly. So we could even have a furthermore here. Furthermore, society could prosper. I'll leave that there actually. Society could prosper more if it disposed of patents completely. By lifting regulations that copyright laws impose, nations can achieve better collaboration among scientists and developers. So you're talking about better collaboration here, but then in this next clause, you talk about speeding up the development process. So I would use this here. I would say, as well as achieve better collaboration among scientists and developers, as well as speed up the development process by leveraging existing ideas in their work. There we go. As well as speed up the development process by leveraging existing ideas in their work. This is clearly visible in the software industry. Let's remove clearly. This is visible in the software industry, where the open source movement so this to me feels like an aside. Based on massive collaboration of people around the globe. Yeah, cool. Has led to, I don't know whether mature is the right term to use to describe software. Maybe we should say, let's say, has led to effective and useful software such as OpenOffice, GIMP, Apache Tomcat being available for free. Therefore, and I'm going to switch to active voice here and remove the personal pronoun. I'm going to take this and put it here. If these laws are removed, or at least changed, if these laws are removed, or at least changed to support collaboration, or in support of collaboration, in the future, society could see many positive implications. That's fine. To conclude, I firmly believe that copyright laws in their current form have no place in modern society and should be reworked significantly to foster collaboration, creativity and innovation for the benefit of all people in the world. That's fine. Let me just double check your word count at this point. Yeah, we're good. So here's what you do well. You understand the idea that each paragraph should feature a single idea. You do develop them fully, although they could use just a little bit more. What you really need to strengthen is your introduction. What we want to make sure of is that we fully prepare the examiner for what you are about to write. When we're writing an academic essay, the thesis statement, the introduction, should raise every single point that will be discussed in detail in the essay. Then in the essay, we only discuss the things we raised in the intro, and then in the conclusion, we summarize all of it. But nothing new is raised that is not first raised here. This sets the stage, and this sticks closely to what has been said. But let's move on to your next piece. You're also, by the way, your knowledge of computing cases really well supported this essay. It's excellent to be using examples that we are personally aware of from the real world. This really is what the examiner expects to see. So well done on that. You have a very good coherent style of writing as well. I didn't actually have to make very many changes to your work. Let's move on to your next piece and see what we can do there. So in these letters, we have to be quite formal. We have done something wrong. We have probably annoyed some people by doing so, and we need to make sure that we present ourselves in a polite manner. We're seeking forgiveness, essentially, but we're not only seeking forgiveness here, we're also seeking that the damage be repaired. We would like to be able to resolve the problem. So we don't want to annoy anyone, we don't want to get anyone's back up, we want to make sure that these people react well, so we want to present ourselves well and politely. So, dear sir, I feel like this could be a sir or a madam. My name is Peter, and I am a student of the University of Albion. My student number is this. I received your letter in which you requested a reason for my absence from the exam. What we could do actually is move this here. And then what we should do really is mention when it was. So, in which you requested a reason for my absence from the Theory of Algorithms exam on the 20th of July 1975, whatever. But we should be specific. So we need to formalize this a bit more. So we could say, I would first like to sincerely apologize for not informing you. I would first like to sincerely apologize for not informing you, but I could not take the exam due to, let's say, due to sudden illness. So it occurred suddenly. I wouldn't include this. We don't beg people to accept our apologies. We give our apologies, and we hope that they will accept it. So, okay, you've said sudden here. Good. I've used it here though, so I will change this to something else. So, we've not really specified what the illness was though. I suppose that's okay. So what we could say, the illness came on in the morning and progressed quickly. Due to my severe condition, here we can say unable. I was unable to inform you of my absence in advance and failed to submit the evidence. Yes, but why did you fail to submit the evidence? We should explain this up here. So, the illness came on in the morning and progressed quickly, and as a result, I was hospitalized for 2 weeks. Due to my severe condition, I was unable to inform you of my absence in advance and failed to submit the evidence. So now when you say failed to submit the evidence, this is why. This speaks of the severity of your condition, as well as the time that you were away from the ability to contact. So, please find an attached confirmation from my doctor that I was not able... What we could say is that I was physically unable to take the exam due to my health condition. Now, as I am completely recovered from my illness, I would like to ask you for an opportunity to take the exam on another date or take an oral exam to prove that I learnt the subject well. Let's expand this ever so slightly to a sufficient standard, maybe? Or to an acceptable standard, or an adequate standard, or a high standard. Thank you for your understanding, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Yours faithfully, Peter. So as you can tell, there were a few more corrections in the letter than there were in the essay, but all in all, it's still of a high standard. Take care to fully expand your reasoning. If you have to give an explanation of what happened, it should fully justify the absence from the exam. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with both of your pieces. It's been a pleasure correcting your work, Peter. I'll send this over to you now, and I look forward to your next things. Have a great day.